Hi guys, my name is Michael. Welcome back. So in this video, I'd like to bring a few things to your attention. I'm going to be talking about preparing for the month of September. Now, if you've been following my channel, I've been talking about these 3 months, the months of July, August, and September. And I told you guys that these 3 months represents a window of opportunity in the crypto space. And I've been using the book of Mark chapter 4, verse 26 to 29 to sort of navigate this season. Today, I want to read to you from verse 28 because this is very relevant to what I will be talking about. So in verse 28, it says, "For the earth yields crop by itself, first the blade, then the head, and after that the full grain in the head." So in this particular scripture, we're seeing a three-step process to what the Bible is calling a harvest. Talks about the blade, which is the first one, then the head, and then the full grain in the head. And I've spoken to you guys that I believe that these three stages represents 3 months, right? The month of July, which is where we saw the blade, the month of August, which what we're seeing right now is the head, and the month of September, which where we're going to see the full grain in the head. So the month of September represents the fullness of this process that began in the month of July. So it's so important for us to be aware of this and prepare for what I believe is about to happen in the month of September. But before we go further, I want to talk to you guys about something. So, if you, I did a video a while back and I told you guys that there are three people that will be important to this crypto bull market: Donald Trump, Jerome Powell, and Elon Musk. And these three individuals have three different, they have different roles to play in order to bring this crypto bull market, into fullness, if I can put it that way. And what we've seen is that Donald Trump has done his own bit. So if you take a look at this, you will see that in the month of July, the Genius Act was passed. So this was part of Trump's job, right, to get the laws passed and to get things signed into law, and to open up the US to crypto. Do you get? So in the month of July, we saw that the Genius Act was passed into law, was signed into law by Donald Trump. Also in the month of August, we saw that Donald Trump signed an order opening up, 401ks to crypto investment. So these are some of the things that Donald Trump has done. So in my own understanding, Donald Trump has played his role. Now in the month of September, we're going to see a new character come online, and that is Jerome Powell. So in the month of September, we're expecting the first rate cut, right? And we know what this means. When the US, once the Federal Reserve starts cutting rates, this means that the Federal Reserve has stepped into what people call a loose monetary cycle, right? As you guys know, for the last couple of years, the Federal Reserve has been tightening. They've been on a tightening path, and then they've stabilized at a very high interest rate. So money has been it's been expensive basically to borrow money. But once the Fed starts cutting rate, money is going to be cheaper. And we know once money is cheaper, a lot of people will be at liberty to invest in riskier assets, like crypto. So we're going to see rate cuts. I mean, the market is betting that there's going to be rate cuts in the month of September. So this is going to be really huge for the crypto space. As you can see in this report, it says inflation reports boosts prospects of Fed rate cut in September. US Fed to cut rates in September and once more this year, says economists. So a lot of economists are already saying that there's a high chance there's going to be a rate cut in September, and all this is going to work together to bring that sort of fullness, what the Bible calls the full head in the grain in the month of September. That is what I am trying to communicate to you guys. But let's just take a look at a few things. If you take a look at this report from Coinbase Institutional, right, which is a monthly outlook report produced by Coinbase. If you take a look at this highlighted part here, it's saying that our third quarter 25 outlook remains constructive, though our view on an altcoin season has evolved. We think current market conditions now suggest a potential shift towards a full-scale altcoin season as we approach September. So what they are saying is that as we come into the month of September, the altcoin season will begin in full. I mean, we're going to see a full altcoin season in the month of September. So all these are just supporting what I've been trying to tell you guys about the month of September, where we're going to see this full everything come full circle, if I can put it that way. So it says here that many people have debated whether Fed cuts in September could represent a local top for crypto markets. We think Fed easing could unlock greater retail participation in the medium term. So again, very bullish about the month of September, right? And so if you take a look at this particular cutout from Coinbase Institutional, it says, we think that current market conditions have started to signal a potential rotation into a full-scale altcoin season as we head into September. And you can just go throughout this report, is all talking about September. We're all looking at September. Everyone is eyeing September, because once the Fed starts cutting in September, we believe that we're going to see a pickup in the altcoin season. And you can see that whatever is going to come into fullness in September actually started in the month of July, right? Which is what I've been trying to bring to your attention, that in the month of July, we came into that 3-month window, right? But what started in the month of July, we're going to see the fullness of it in the month of September as we head into the month of September. Do you get? So those are some of the things that we need to pay attention to. So while we head into the month of September, right? And all these things are happening, and we believe that we're going to see a bull market in the month of September. I just thought it's important for me to bring this project to your attention, XZC. Now, XZC is one of those tokens that I believe should be up there in the portfolio. This is not financial advice, by the way, but XZC is a blockchain just like XRP and XLM, but they are mainly focused on trade finance and RWAs. And it's not as popular as XRP and XLM, but XZC is going to be responsible for one of the biggest transformation in trade finance in history, right? And they're doing a lot of great work out there, but a lot of people are not paying attention to this. I believe that this particular project is going to be very important. I mean, XDC is at the center of the modernization and the digital transformation of global trade finance, basically. So this is something that is going to be big in the future. And I believe that right now is the time to start looking at projects like XDC. And I'm talking about XDC not because it's pumping or anything. As a matter of fact, if you take a look at the chart, XDC is actually right now in the dumps. It's just hit a 7-day low. Basically, it's just been hammered in the last couple of days. So I believe that if you're someone that's interested in this project, this is the right time to start looking at this project. Also, they've got some tailwinds coming up for them. XDC is going to be listed on Kraken very soon. If you take a look at this particular cutout here, this is from Kraken, the roadmap for Kraken, and you can see that XDC is coming to Kraken very soon. So this is going to be very bullish. At the moment, there are very limited places where you can buy XDC. I think you can only buy it on Uphold and Qcoin, but Kraken listing XDC will also, help people get access XDC easily. So there's a lot going on with XDC. I'm not going to put everything in this video, but I just want to bring it to your attention so you can go and research this project. Do you get? This is going to be a big project. This project stands, in the same category as projects like XRP and XLM. It holds the same weight, but a lot of people are not just paying attention to it. So I believe that right now is the time to start looking at XDC, because it is it's very cheap right now, do you get what I'm saying? So I just thought I'd bring this particular project to your attention. Also, bringing to your attention, the month of September, preparing for the month of September. I believe that we're going to see a lot of, movements, from various projects in the month of September. So it's important for you to take into consideration everything I've been telling you guys, all the videos I've been making during this season, whether it's about, taking profits, all those videos, you need to put everything together, because as we come into the month of September, expect a lot to happen. That's what I believe. I expect a lot to happen in the month of September. So guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. The month of September is going to be a very pivotal month, for the crypto space. And also do take a look at this project, Zinfin, XDC. It's called Zinfin, XINFIN. And the ticker symbol is XDC. So take a look at this project. And guys, if you like videos like this, remember to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.